right, we're talking about the wrong animal here, guys. Let's talk about a real animal. Let's talk about DOGE. All right. So Nick Sartori said the White House will be sending a DOGE rescissions package to Congress on Monday.
Finally, see,
Trump
that's why you
budget
gotta put
director.
pressure on these cocksuckers.
Huh?
That's why you got to put pressure on these people. Like, that's why people keep like tweeting about this shit. Oh, just let them do their thing. It's like, no, you have to put some pressure on them so they finally do something.
Well, because I mean, we've all been talking about this. Everyone that I've had on my show, all the shows I've been on, we all talk about this. Trump's doing a lot of great stuff. None of it's being fucking codified. Nothing's being cemented in legislature. So it's like,
yeah,
like what do we, like? So when the next Democrat gets in, and then they, at the sign of a pen, they rescind everything Trump did at the start of his presidency, or are we going to just sit here and be like, oh no, how did that happen? Like, come on, dude. The writing's on the wall. Like, we need to we need to cement it.
Yeah. Executive orders don't really mean squat until it's passed through legislation.
Yeah,
They're
executive orders is
Band-Aid.
Executive orders is just like, this is how this administration is going to rule. Okay,
and then because it only covers the executive branch. That's it. Like, anything outside of the executive branch, the executive orders don't mean shit.
Right.
It's not an executive order. It's an executive suggestion until Congress decides
right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like anyone that like what he say, anything, anyone that the executive branch is controlling, they will be able to dictate that. But
dictate
everything else. No, dictate is another name for motorboat.
But so I want to play this clip just so we could see what they're talking about.
Magazine, Tyler.
What?
From that Phil Labonte tweet that.
Well, I didn't see Phil Labonte's tweet.
Yeah, he's some of us, one of them backseat drivers is like, you got to, load your clips faster. And he's like, I'm not going to take advice from someone that doesn't recognize that it's not a clip, it's a magazine.
I tell that to my stepdad all the time because he'll be playing with his guns and he's like, oh yeah, I just got this new clip, and I'm like, magazine, it's a magazine.
It's a mag, not a clip.
Yeah, the clips are different. Those are entirely different.
I will say, like, I still occasionally have the slip up where I will say it even though I know the difference.
I mean, but it's almost kind of like slang though. It's just,
that's what I was gonna say. It's like slang.
Say, like the ammo that's not in the gun is a clip. Like it's just slang for people.
They should be synonyms, but technically they are mechanically different.
Synonym, toast crunch.
I blame Call of Duty.
I blame Call of Duty as well.
Yeah.
All these different clips. But anyway, I don't. How do we get on Call of Duty? Tyler. Weren't we going to talk about DOGE?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Is that deep fried Jesus?
Oh, why is it so quiet?
I can. We'll be sending that up on Monday or Tuesday, whenever the House is back in session. They will get our first rescissions bill. And again, this has been proposed, and we've talked about it. We want to make sure that Congress passes its first rescissions bill, including the DOGE, and we will send more.
The DOGE.
If they pass
the DOGE.
it. So this
including
is the
DOGE.
USAID cuts, many of the waste and garbage that was funding not only wasteful but hurting our foreign policy, but also the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and NPR. We'll be sending that up, and we're working with Congress, and we've had good conversations to make sure that they knew what was coming. They had some input as to changes.
Oh, that they knew it was coming. Anyway, what's called? So yeah, they're trying to codify the foreign aid cuts, USAID, the cuts to NPR. I mean, all good stuff, all stuff that does need to be codified. But like, there's so much that we need to get them to do, and they're just not doing it. It's unfortunate. At least they're doing this. So what, Joey?
I said they move at a glacial pace.
Evidently. But in other news with DOGE, Elon Musk is no longer with DOGE. As my scheduled time as a special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. The DOGE mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government.
There's a lot of clickbait on this happening. Like, he was going to leave DOGE anyway, and now they're like trying to use it as like the strain on his relationship with Donald Trump. It's like, Musk is disappointed that they haven't codified stuff yet, but like, he's learning a lesson that we've all learned, and I'm surprised it's taken him so long to learn it. Like,
Well, I mean, he
establishment
is an
Republicans
African
ain't shit.
American.
That's true.
Well, and
Well,
he
African
also
Americans are
probably
usually always
thought
late, though.
being there and pushing for it would get done faster. So, when you don't grow up in this system, the fact that we all recognize that they're going to move at a snail's pace and paint dries faster in the winter. So he doesn't realize that him going in there and trying to do all this stuff, the fact that anything even got done is huge.
Yeah.
I still wish they would have spent some time. He should have spent some time. If he knew he only had 4 or 5 months, man, he really should have spent time looking at the Federal Reserve and how it works. Like, it's important because, like, if someone smart like him, if he was able to see the damage caused by the Federal Reserve, and I think he knows what, like, some of it, but, like, if he really knew how deep the pit was, I think it would be the only thing he would be talking about.
I have a question for you guys. So, with the attacks coming from Trump on Thomas Massie, and Thomas Massie being focused on fiscal, like, conservatism, on lowering the debt and lowering the expense of what the country's doing, and then also with DOGE and Trump advocating for DOGE, do we see a logical inconsistency from Trump within this idea of lowering government spending?
Trump is going to justify it by saying this is the only way we can do our agenda, which is basically what the toting of the line is from his media friends, is that this is the only way we can actually pass things we want to do. He would sell it like in business, like you have to spend some money first before you can start to, like, make the machine more efficient.
You got to spend money to make money.
Yeah.
He would justify it like that to his and the base would probably mostly eat it up.
So I just saw Scott Pressler's reply to Elon Musk's tweet. So obviously got to shout out Scott Pressler. It says, a warning to Republicans. I'm on the ground every single day talking to voters. If Republicans don't get their act together to codify President Trump's agenda, DOGE, no tax on Social Security, you will lose the midterm elections. I say this peacefully and professionally. I absolutely agree. I mean, look at how many people are disheartened so far by the inaction and the lack of having things codified.
Yep.
I mean, even Michael on the Quiet Part pod, he's been a lot more black-pilled seeing stuff. Mad Stork, people that are normally a lot more hopeful for things going on, even they're starting to not see as much hope.
No,
So,
Michael's soon-to-be wife has been touting that horn too. Like the past couple of weeks, she'll jump in the chat sometimes and, like, fucking start going off and shit. So there's been a lot of people, starting to be like, hey, listen, we can't just sit on our hands. It's been, we're going on the 6 month I guess going into the 6 month or the 5.5 month.
Yeah, like 5.5 technically, I guess.
Yeah, I mean late January, but like he was already getting things in place before he got inaugurated.
Yeah. But I don't know. Anyway, so we have another really big story. Do you guys have any final thoughts before we move on?
Nope.
I have one.
Oh.
Go ahead.
That everybody's complaining that things aren't getting done, but when you realize how many pots are going right now on the stove, how many fires are going, and how many he's trying to actually put out, it's like think about it like a grease fire in the kitchen. You've got to attack it head on, and he's battling it. And honestly, I think he's probably got about 50% of the fire under control. Granted, there's still 50% that still needs to be under control, but things are happening. Yes, it is slow, but something is happening. The kitchen isn't going to completely burn down to the ground now.
Yeah, but the kitchen might not, but the living room might start caving in. So the other 50% of the fire,
we have a chance of saving it.
You could tell the boomers that giving up their Social Security would stop the Antichrist and save Israel, and all these fucking assholes still wouldn't give it up. Yeah,
I was just reading that.
I was explaining to my great grandfather because he literally lives off Social Security, and I was telling him, I was like, that's great that you have that. I was like, but I told him, I was like, my sister and I, that is not something I am going to get. That is not something I am planning on having. And he's like, what do you mean? And I had to explain to him how it's like a big pyramid scheme basically, and it's not going to work.
He's like,
I'll be gone before I retire.
That's what I was like, I'm glad you can benefit from it because like we can't afford to like pay for everything. I'm glad you get that extra bit of money. All I'm saying is that I am not going to be able to rely on that.
Shut up, Billy. It's great for me.
Shut up, Tyler. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Trump is evil.
Shut up, Chris.
Oh,
You'd
yeah,
have to give you a different
anti-Trump.
name.
He's anti-Trump.
Oh, I
too,
bet.
so-
He was like, FDR was a great man.
He's in Union man.
Back in the 40s
Yeah.
when I was 20.
That was my great grandpa. He was a union guy. He wanted me to be an engineer, but like always voted for freaking Democrats on everything.
I mean, it's different though, because like, you know, when like the formulation of the union stuff first started, it was something that was a legitimate, like this is what happens with like the left is they hijack legitimate grassroots things. It's like the union was something that needed to be done because the work, you know, they were hiring the Chinese labor too, and like they were doing. That's the problem with like the businesses; they will always go for the cheapest option. That's what they're doing now with the illegal immigrants. So on some level, when you think about like, well, what are we supposed to do if like our rights are being violated by the government and the businesses? We got to band together and try to form some sort of solidarity to counteract this so that they'll pay us fair wages. And then that gets hijacked by the left and they use it for things that have no relevancy to what they're actually using it for when it was intended and created.
Yep.